Young and imbued with college spirit, America's 1980 Olympic hockey team faced its initial test against international competition at Lake Placid. This dress rehearsal, less than 2 months prior to the start of the 13th Winter Olympic Games, featured teams from Sweden, Czechoslovakia, and Russia. But only the Americans and the Canadians would skate their first teams. In peak physical condition and playing with an intensity that was nurtured during 41 games together, the United States team shocked the more experienced Czechs with quickness and second effort.
I got it!
Superior teams capitalize on power plays. Number 5, Mike Ramsey, did so with ebullience. International custom calls for an exchange of gifts as a token of sportsmanship. Once the puck drops, it's every man for himself. A goalie's crease is no place for comradeship. Jim Craig of the USA left little doubt that he preferred to maintain the status quo. Picture passing is a Russian trademark, and this team was no exception. Consistent with their reputation, the Soviets eliminated breakaways. Contrary to the North American style of play, this Herb Brooks coach team chose not to dump and chase the puck. Passing, puck control, and teamwork all contributed to a goal by Eric Strobel. With time expiring and the Soviet net vacant, Mark Johnson added the coup de grace to an important victory. The element of surprise would no longer be a factor for the United States when facing international competition. The boys of winter authored an upset that had worldwide significance. Herb Brooks took a realistic view of the wins.
We wanted to test our new tactics in the pre-Olympic tournament. We beat good Russian and Czech teams, but we still lacked the measuring stick against top international teams.
2 years ago, I set a goal for myself to hopefully make this team. Fortunately enough, I did. But if it wasn't for the youth hockey I played back in my younger days, I would have never been able to set such a goal. I think it's important for every youth hockey player to remember that. And if he does have a goal he sets for himself, if he's willing to work for that goal, then it's worth achieving.
Olympic star Rob McClanahan typified the importance of youth hockey in the development of a winning Olympic program. In our free enterprise system, hockey starts with dedicated volunteer coaches teaching mites, squirts, peewees, bantams, and midgets, the basics as well as some of the finer points of the game. Under the aegis of the Amateur Hockey Association of the United States, competition and travel have led to rapid development of many of our young players. Olympian Mike Ramsey, just 1 year out of high school, comments.
At the age of 19, I've already traveled to Europe. I've been to Finland, Norway, and I've been to Holland. I've also went to Sweden with the junior national team. Just the rewards that I've gotten from the travel alone have been enough. If I had to do it all over again, I'd definitely do everything the way I have and play hockey.
Not one to stand on ceremony, Herb Brooks included extensive dry land conditioning in his training program. His young team found it a relaxing diversion. Never had a coach so dramatically challenged the system. Brooks, the teacher, wanted younger players who would be receptive to his methods. Herb explains his thinking.
My mind was made up early. Our approach to the game was going to be entirely different. Our tactics were a combination of the best of the European systems and the North America systems. I wanted my players to have freedom to interchange positions, to be creative, to use their intuitive processes instead of dumping the puck and chasing after it.
A team often reflects the personality of its leader, and Herb Brooks had been a winner everywhere he coached.
Get it loose, get it loose, get it loose. Mike, heads up, Mike. Get it off, quick. Get back, Timmy, get back. Dive, dive, dive. Attaboy, Rammer. Use the boards, throw that thing around. Forwards, look for that weak side D if you use the boards there. No penalty. Come on, Johnny, come on, come on. Damn, come on, come on, come on, come on, White. Come on, Whites, let's not go outside, especially the weak side guy now. Who's got two? Who's got two, White? Boy, Channing, what a challenge. Work it around, work it around, work it around. Tip. Boy, hey, Fuzzy. All right, well, let's go. Quickly. Come on. All right, good play, OC. Good play. Jack, watch that pass in front of the net, though. Way to come out with it. Weak side, weak side, weak side, Bobby. This side, Bobby, stay up, Bobby. Don't take it back. It's got to be out. We can bite in trouble when we're taking it back. Get that puck out. Come on, you got to be sound in that area now. Real sound in that area. Out. All right, next five, be ready. Nice play, Neil. That boy, Steven.
We were an all-star team with different goals and different chemistries and different personalities. We knew we had to come together fast on and off the ice.
The early going was less than artistic. College All-Americans who had been treated with respect found very little reverence at the hands of their professional opponents. Fortunately, the Olympics were still months away for goalie Jim Craig and his teammates. Failure would not deter these young Olympians. This team was also capable of administering punishment. The maturation process slowly began to transform ineffectiveness into stability. Craig's skills were improving with each game. Brooks liked goalies who didn't commit early. Craig gave him that, plus an aggressiveness and confidence which permeated every man on the team. These were young superstars in the process of evolving into a super team. Perfect passes from Neil Brock became commonplace. Shots on goal were delivered with pinpoint accuracy. Players expressed themselves as a team, passing at the most opportune moments and completing their heroics with elan. This team knew it could match up with anyone in exuberance, hard work, and enthusiasm.
60 preparatory games. 48 of them were on the road. And this really brought us together as a team.
The Control Data Corporation, a worldwide firm with headquarters in Bloomington, Minnesota, is pleased to present this Olympic hockey documentary. Winning the gold medal starts with youth hockey and the dedicated coaches who give unselfishly of their time. Control Data salutes youth hockey and its administering organization, the Amateur Hockey Association of the United States, and encourages you to join in its support. The big moment had arrived. The Brooks synthesis was ready for its ultimate test. Coach and players put the Olympics in perspective.
Well, right now, I think the Russians are the greatest hockey team in the world. I think we can objectively say that by the teams they've beaten. Historically speaking, you have to look at the Czechs and the Swedes as favorites for the silver and bronze medals. After that, it's the United States, the West Germans, the Canadians, and the Finns, teams that all have a chance for an upset.
I'm Mike Ruzzioni, captain of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team, and I feel that my duties as captain is to try to keep the players relaxed on the ice and off the ice, and to try to keep everybody at an atmosphere that's creative to the team.
Well, this team is made up by the superstars of amateur hockey right now in the United States.
Making this Olympic team has been a great personal achievement for me.
It's something that I've dreamed about for an awful long time, since I was a young boy.
Because a lot of these people have been bitter rivals before coming to this team.
The teams who once hated each other now have to work together and strive for, to do what we can do best to win a medal.
Sometimes it's hard to bring 20, 25 players together on one team.
We have to have the chemistries come together. We cannot beat ourselves on or off the ice.
I think that I will be so much better off from having lived through this experience.
The hockey part of it is just a small aspect of how great the Olympics are and the spirit of our country.
Right now, winning a gold medal is the biggest thing in the world.
I would have passed up $1 million to have been able to compete in this competition. Just to play for my country, it's just the greatest feeling anyone could ever have.
Playing in the blue division, the USA's first challenge was Sweden, one of the better skating teams and a medal favorite. If Jim Craig felt the pressure, it went unnoticed as he turned away 16 first-period shots. America's first Olympic gold went to Craig's Boston University teammate, Dave Silk. With only seconds remaining, Brooks made the decision coaches must face in adversity. It would be all or nothing for the boys of winter. One of Minnesota's finest, kept the Olympic flame burning, hitting the mesh from 55 feet. The tie was critical to America's quest for a medal and gave cause for celebration.
I felt that talent, plus the intangibles of dedication, hard work, and determination, just might get us into the final round.
Next came Czechoslovakia, an 11-0 victor in its opening game with Norway. The Americans had learned their lessons well. By game's end, they made believers of the Czechs, who some considered strong enough to upset the Russians. Winning became infectious. The USA earned a berth in the medal round with victories over teams from Norway, Romania, and West Germany.
I told our team prior to the Russian game, gentlemen, you are born to be a player. You're meant to be here. This moment is yours. We can pull the upset. The Russians are ripe to be beaten.
At game time, every seat in the arena had a body. 1,500 more found standing room. Millions throughout the world would witness one of the classic sports events of their lives via satellite. The world's best, numero uno, the Soviet Union, winner of 4 consecutive gold medals and conqueror of the National Hockey League's All-Stars. The game's tempo was established early. It would be fast and physical. The Soviet system is based on attack. The USA countered in a style it knew best, intimidating body checks. Ken Morrow, number 3, was one of the enforcers. A steal by Mark Pavelich preceded a blistering slap shot by Buzzy Schneider and helped relegate Russia's premier goalie to the bench. Conversely, Jim Craig's magnificent saves kept America in the game. John Harrington was frustrated on a breakaway. Catching the defense out of position, Russia raced in uncontested. A partisan crowd exhorted their heroes to uncommon heights. A game many feared would be a blowout was undecided midway through the 3rd period. Playing an easier schedule, the Soviets appeared overconfident, not as aggressive, but America was not capitalizing on its opportunities. Suddenly, the tiebreaker, off the stick of the man who made this team go, Captain Mike Arizioni. Their honor challenged, the renowned Soviets battled resolutely to protect their pride. Herb Brooks observed.
During the last 10 minutes of the game, we started to panic. We were reverting to an individual style of play. We were starting to withdraw. I saw this and told our players, don't panic. Play with poise and patience. Stay with what got you here. This was the longest 10 minutes of my life.
America relished its penultimate victory. 20 youthful hockey players had rejuvenated a country's national pride.
After our victory over Russia, everybody was euphoric. I had to get them back down to earth. Going into the game with Finland for the gold medal, I said, it's our last game together, and our last will be our best.
In the sports world, there are must games. This was one of them. A win would mean new gold for Old Glory. A loss could leave the USA empty-handed.
Came in, weak side came in.
Playing intuitive hockey, Steve Kristoff scored on his backhand. Tempers flared. Both teams realized the stakes would never be bigger. America's first lead came on the most important goal of Rob McClanahan's career. In 7 games, Jim Craig stopped 92% of the shots on goal. Short-handed goals are a rarity. Mark Johnson's provided the USA with much-needed insurance. Players and fans all but burst the new Lake Placid Arena with their unrestrained pandemonium. By any evaluation, this could not happen. The story of the 13th Winter Olympic Games was authored by 20 courageous young players and their coach. These men didn't know the meaning of defeat. They made the world believe. They accomplished the impossible. Underdogs finishing winners. A time for patriotism, something about which every man, woman, and child could cheer. A sports story of the year, climaxed with new gold for Old Glory.